Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting edition of Music with Mr. Mundt. All right, so in this edition of Music with Mr. Mundt, we're going to do some really exciting drum grooves with things that you have around the house. Now, occasionally, I'm going to ask you to pause this video because I'm going to ask you, for example, to go out and find some things. So pause it and then go out and do that. But here's what I need you to get. Can you find a chopstick in your house? If you do not have a chopstick, a pencil will work, or anything long and thin and made of wood will work really well. Then I need you to find 3 objects that when you tap them with the chopstick or pencil, they will make, one of them will make a low sound, one will make a medium sound, and one will make a high sound. Now, to give you an example, I found that these Clorox wipes makes a really nice low sound. Listen to this. Okay, and then I'm going to jump to my highest sound. This metal pot makes a really nice high dinging sound. Listen. That's going to work really well. And then I found for a kind of a middle of the medium high sound, I've got a book. Okay, so take some time, make sure your parents approve of the things that you're using. And you're not going to be hurting them because you're just going to be tapping them with the stick. But pause the video and go out and find those 4 things. A chopstick and 3 objects. One that makes a low, a medium, and a high sound. And I'll see you back here real soon. All right, so now that you've gotten those things, we're going to start with our first drum beat, and this is going to be a rock drum beat. And for this one, you don't need your medium sound. I want you just to use your low and your high sound. So I've got my Clorox wipes, my chopstick, and my high sound, which is my cooking pot. Okay, I have a table in front of me, so because you're not going to be holding everything. I like to hold the Clorox one, but then leave the cooking pot on the table. Okay, now I want to show you what the rhythm looks like. So right here you can see that there's 1 measure, and if you see the 4/4 there, that means the top 4 means there's 4 beats in the measure, and the bottom number means that a quarter note gets 1 beat. Now that beat 1 is a quarter note, beat 2 is a quarter note, but beat 3 is 2/8 notes, right? They get a half a beat each, and then the last note is a quarter note. Now, see the double dots in the front and the end of each of the measure? That means you repeat it. So we just repeat that measure over and over again. And if we were just to say the rhythm, we would say ta for quarter notes and ti for 1/8 notes. So of course it would sound like ta, ta, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta. But it's so much more exciting when you play it as a drummer. So watch this. I'm going to hold the Clorox bottle in my hand, container, and the first beat is the low one. That's why you see the quarter note down lower. That's my low sound, my Clorox for the first ta. And then the next ta is the high note, the cooking pot. And then 2/8 notes on my low sound. And then 1 more high sound. So if I counted it off slowly, it would sound like this. 1, 2, here I go. Ta, ta, ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, 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 ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta. See if you can do that with me. Ready? 1, 2, here we go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. 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 Yeah. It's so much more exciting when you play it with music behind it. So let's do that now. All right, so now let's play our rock and roll drum beat along with a bass player and a guitar. So what I'm gonna do is I have to put on the headphones in a minute so that I can hear the music from the guitar and bass. And if I didn't wear headphones, it would create what's called feedback into the microphone, which is that squeaky howling sound, which nobody would like. And before I start playing, I'm gonna count off one measure by going 1, 2, ready, play. That way we know how the beat is, whether the tempo, right? Because if I went 1, 2, ready, play, we know it's fast. But if I went 1, 2, ready, play. And I'm just gonna show you that rhythm again. And if you look up at the top, see there's a quarter note equals 100. That 100 means beats per minute. 100 beats per minute is the tempo of this piece. And then so if it's a higher number, like in a moment, after we play this one for a while, we're gonna do one that's faster. We're gonna do 120 beats per minute. Okay, so let me put the headphones on. I'm gonna count it off. And remember, our rhythm is gonna be ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ready? So here we go. All right, here we go. Ready? I'll count you off. 1, 2, ready, play. So how did it go? I hope it went really well. And now I'm going to give you some time to practice on your own. You're going to hear 3 little clicks, like click, 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 click. I want you to think of that as 1, 2, ready, play, and then you try it. All right, I hope you had a lot of fun with that. And I encourage you to go back and practice everything we did again in both the slower tempo and the faster tempo. And maybe you can find one of your favorite rock and roll songs and play along with it and see if that beat works. And now we're going to move on to a country and western drum beat. And I'm going to put the music up, and if you look at it, down below off to the left where you see the time signature, the two numbers, the top and the bottom number both say 2, okay? The top number means the beats per measure. So there are 2 beats per measure. But the bottom 2 says instead of a quarter note, a half note is going to get 1 beat. So in each measure, you can see, well, the one measure that we have, there are 2 half notes. All right? Because they get 1 beat each, I want you to think of them kind of as a quarter note. And when I count it off, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And it's very simple. The first half note is the low sound, and the second one is the high sound. So it's just going to be like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Really simple and really fun. And if you are in 2nd grade, or if you've had me for 2nd grade, you might remember we did a folk song called Oh Susanna. And I made up a little instrumental version of it with my guitar. And it's a fun one to play along to. So let's try it together. And then we will, I'm going to let you practice it a couple of times on your own. All right, so let me just bring up the music and let's try it together. One, two, 1, 2. Now you try it without me, and make sure you do it at least twice, and you can always go back. That was fun. And now we're going to move on to what's called a waltz. A waltz has a different time signature. If you look at the music that I just put up, over to the left, you'll see it says 3/4 time. Now, the top number always means the number of beats per measure. So 3 beats per measure. And in each measure, the bottom number, the 4, means a quarter note gets 1 beat. And as you can see, there are 3 quarter notes in that measure. The first one's low on the staff, and the second 2 are high. So I'm going to play the first quarter note on my low sound, and then beats 2 and 3 on the pot, which gives the high sound. So if I counted it off, I might give 2 measures of 3/4 time by going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, like that. And they call a time signature the meter of a piece. So this is in 3/4 meter, and I don't know if you can feel this, but 3/4 time kind of makes you go back and forth, like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And that's why there's that dance where you've seen older people, they hold each other like this and they go around the ballroom going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's called a waltz. It gives you that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rocking back and forth kind of movement. 4/4 time doesn't do that. Think about it. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't make you go back and forth like 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of nice. Now, this piece is going to start with a guitar introduction. And with my voice, you'll just hear me go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's when we start by going along with the music. All right, so I'm going to count it off. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to play. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, for our final rhythm today, I bet you were wondering, why did we go out and find something that has a medium sound? In my case, the book. Well, we're now going to play a reggae rhythm, which originated in Jamaica. And for this, we're going to use 3 sounds, our low sound, our high sound, and put your medium sound all the way off to the right. So low, highest, medium. And if you look at the rhythm that I put up there, off to the left is the meter, and it says 4/4 time. So we know that top 4 means 4 beats per measure, and the bottom 4 means that it's a quarter note that gets 1 beat. Now, if you look at beat 1, there's a quarter note down low on the staff. That's my wipes for my low sound. But then, see the X way up at the top with a stem? That's a quarter note, but that's going to signify my high sound for the pot. And then, if you look at beat 3, there's a quarter note, but it's kind of in the middle. That's my book. Okay? And then beat 4 goes back to the pot with a little X quarter note. So slowly, it's really simple because it's just going to go low, high, medium, high, low, high, medium, high, low, high, medium, high. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it's really fun, really simple. Now it will go a little bit faster than that. So when you start to hear the music, I count you off and I might go like 1, 2, ready, play. So you might want to just pause this for a second and practice going back and forth to a steady beat. So I'm going to get the music queued up and I'll count you in and see if you can stay with me. All right. All right, get ready. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. All right, and I'm going to count it out for you one last time. And I think this song might go on for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm just going to let it play out to the end and have fun with it and see if you can keep up that reggae beat all the way through. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be seeing you all again real soon, I hope. Be healthy and safe. Here we go. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.